Hi guys, Lori here. Sorry it's been so long since I posted a video. I went back to school this month and it has been semi-hectic. But I was able to read a lot this month, so you'll get a few videos today and maybe a few tomorrow of all that I read and then all I hope to read in the next month. But the first two books that I read in the month of September, I think I started Divners in August, was The Divners by Libba Bray. And I actually, this is actually a reread because I reread this book. I read this book when it first came out in 2012. But the sequel just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. So Lair of Dreams came out in August, and I got a copy of that from NetGalley. Thank you, NetGalley. I was so happy to actually have the book so I could read it. So I was able to read that after it. So I'm going to do a non-spoiler review of Divners if you don't know anything about the series. And then if you want to know more about Lair of Dreams, my spoiler thoughts, you guys can continue and I'll tell you when the switch is going to happen. I really like this book. I gave this book 4.5 stars. I really liked it. It is a really, really large book. I think it's close to 600 pages. But it basically follows this girl named Evie who is living in somewhere in the South, and she kind of has these powers, I guess you could say, and it's not taken very well in her hometown. So she gets sent to live with her uncle in New York City, which she's so excited about. Um, but she kind of gets swept up into this world of diviners, and there's a mystery, and are going missing. And she kind of gets sucked into that world, and it's revealed that she's actually a diviner. And she has these magical powers. And that's kind of where the book progresses. It's a really, really interesting, really, really complex novel. I kind of relate it to like Game of Thrones or any books with a lot of perspectives. This book has at least 8 perspectives, if not more, in this novel. A lot of people get a chance to tell you their stories, and it's a very, very sweeping story. So you get to see all these characters, and they sometimes interconnect, and they sometimes don't. So it's kind of like you get like 6 different stories, and sometimes there's like interconnections. Um, the mystery in this book was really, really interesting, though, and I was really, really engrossed by it. I had already read this book, so like I was kind of like I kind of knew what was gonna happen and kind of didn't know. But I really like the character of Sam, and I really like the character of Evie. And by the end, you kind of get the feeling that there is a few more diviners that you don't know about, and in the subsequent book, it is revealed. But if you like a really, really strong supernatural novel, I really, really recommend this book. It's really, really well written, really good though. I really liked it. Now I'm gonna switch to Lair of Dreams, which is the second book. This book had so many issues coming out. I think it was pushed back like 6 times. A lot, like it had a lot of delays. But this book follows them, I think like 6 months after Diviners happens, or maybe like a year. And the group's dynamic is totally different. Evie is not living with her uncle, and the gang is kind of all scattered. Um, and Evie starts this late night talk show where she's divining, reading people's the items that she's given. And it's a really, really complicated sleeping story. You meet a few new characters. You meet Ling, who is what they call a dream walker. She walks in dreams, and the reason that this happened to her, or can do this, some people think, is because she's also paralyzed in real life or really can't walk. So in her dreams, she has freedom. And in the first book, you met a few characters that you didn't really know that have diviner abilities, and it was really enhanced. Like you found out that Henry is a dream walker as well, and Sam kind of has invisibility, which I thought was super interesting. I really like the character of Sam. Sam and Evie's romance gets pushed up a notch when they're said to be like an it couple, which is really interesting. The whole premise in this book is that people are falling asleep and they can't wake up, and they're basically trapped in their dreams. And you have two dream walkers, so they're trying to figure out what's going on in the dream world, what's causing it. Is there a big like evil force? And there is, but it's super, super interesting, and I was pleasantly surprised. You meet a lot of new characters in this book, and the story is just so complicated. Again, it's a really, really large book, but it's really, really good. I was really happy to finally read it, and I am so excited for the next book. This is a series I really recommend you read back to back if possible, because there is so much information and so many characters. It's kind of like Game of Thrones in a way, because there's so many different characters and so many different storylines, plots, but it's really important that you follow them. I'm going back to school to be a theater education teacher, so the presence of a disability in the story was really interesting, and I thought it was very realistic. minus the supernatural aspects of it, but I really liked it. I'm so excited to see where it goes. At the end, it kind of left up on a kind of big cliffhanger, and I'm kind of excited to see how that will impact the future books, especially Sam and Evie. But it was a really, really strong novel, and I hope you guys get a chance to read it. If you guys have read it, comment below and let me know what you guys think. I know that it's been a long time waiting. Were you guys waiting as me? And I got this from BEA, so thank you BEA 2 years ago, and thank you again NetGalley for my copy. I really appreciate it. But I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you guys later.